I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Mission Matters. My name is Adam Torres, and today I am in Santa Monica, California for the AI Vibes Conference thrown by Tal Navarro and her team. And I have on the show David Adi, who is founder of Alliable and SAiY. David, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
So AI Vibes, we're in Santa Monica. How are you feeling?
I feel the vibes for sure. Let's say the truth. Everybody's speaking about AI, the new revolution.
Yeah.
And, I'm happy to be here because I'm part of this revolution. And I do believe that AI is going to change the way we are living, the way we are working, and doing business and communicate with people.
So what brings you to the conference?
So first, it's interesting to hear about all the new trends about AI. Also, as a founder of a new, fresh AI company called SAiY, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
It's an app that helps to add additional AI keyboard to your any mobile device and your computer, and help to people that mostly non-native speakers to actually write and communicate in a proper and professional way. That's I found out on myself as something that could actually promote and improve my way of communication. And when you communicate better, you actually increase your sales, you increase your bottom line, and that's what every business in the end looking for. And because the fact that I'm a founder of several companies and most of them in the AI right now, I found out that AI is going to be part of our life. It should be part of the business. People need to adjust to AI. It's not an easy task. So that's something that I'm taking very seriously to figure it out as a leader, what I should do, how I should act to AI, how I should observe AI in my experience, in my life, and of course in my companies.
SAiY, how did you come up with that idea? It's super smart. I'm like, wait a minute, what, were you just sitting there one day, or did it pop in your head? Where'd that idea come from?
First, I thank you for that. But every idea came from a struggle that you're dealing with, and you try to solve the problem for yourself.
You're on your phone mad, and you're like, I'll solve this thing. No.
When I relocated to the United States, I tried to do business, and when I discuss with people, they do understand my English because you use your face, your hands, etc. But when you type or writing a message, mostly emails, you're using English that you study in university. And this is not the culture. You need the slang. You need
it can come across as too serious or not serious enough, or what's up with David? Why did he say it like that? I met him. He seems so nice and interesting in person, and now he's giving me this. What did I do?
Exactly. And sometimes, you send it and, nobody replies. And you say, what's happening? We had a good time. What's going on? So it's actually frustrated. So you hire a personal assistant, and she's try to helping you write all the messages and all the text, etc.
But nobody can guess what you want. It's hard.
I think that the most hard is that as entrepreneur that working very hard in the middle of the night, you see some post in LinkedIn and you want to respond fast. But now your English, it's not proper. So if you were to respond, you get the backfire. And this is a hard issue. So I decide when the AI launch, I say, well, let's try to do it with AI engines. So I play with the ChatGPT and train the ChatGPT and the other AI engines actually to speak as I want to speak, what I want to say, because that's our slogan also, say what you mean. And I figured out it's help, but it's very, very slow and not convenient, because every message that you wrote, you need to copy that and then adjust the format, adjust the words, make it your personal. And I decide how I can solve it. Mostly when you want to scale and you want to provide it to the rest of the teams, customer supports, international companies that working with different markets. And it's not just in English. Sometimes you need it in French, in German, in Spanish, whatever. So I decide, how I will solve this problem. And the idea pop up in my mind. Why it will not be my keyboard? Because the keyboard, it's leading me in any app, correct?
Do you remember where you were at when that popped in your mind?
Yeah, that's the idea.
Where were you at?
Yeah, actually, I was in my office sitting and hold my head and say, what is going on?
I asked that question only to immortalize it. That's all.
Yeah, so
as long as you didn't say, I was in the shower, Adam. That's too personal.
I wish. The level of oxygen in the shower, it's much higher.
Yeah, but that's where I get all my ideas.
I prefer to sing in the shower, not to think about AI. So what I did, I took the idea and said, well, you know what, I will develop it. And I start develop it. I provide it to myself first. And I start to check what actually the results. And I noticed that I improve my response in 84%. Actually, to be precise, 84.3%. And from those response, a communication start. And then I succeed to bring them to a meeting, a video meeting. And from the video meeting, you speak. They know what you're saying.
Of course.
And then you close deals. And I increase the deals and I increase the company. I grow up the company in more than 35% every quarter since then from local customers that before that didn't respond to me at all. So all the communication, it's a key factor that need to be solved. And I found out that this is the way to solve it. But then I realized that I have another challenge. What happening when you need to scale and you need to provide to the rest of the team? So my team say, well, it's great, but it's from our mobile phone. And in work, we're working from computer. So we need to solve it in the computer. So I say, okay, no problem. This is the easy part. So we built an app for their browsers. So when they're sitting on their laptops, they can use the same way about the keyboard. It's actually fix the problem, fix the language. And we do it in any language, not just in English. So now we launch it. It's for free. People could go to App Store or to Google Play and download it. They will get a welcome email. And from the welcome email, they get the rest browsers that it could be available for. They can install the app and start using and improve their communication. The main goal that we want to achieve with this app is that businesses will start to improve their communication, but in the same time, they will feel secure. Because one of the things that we figure it out during the process is that companies that using ChatGPT or other AI engines, they have a concern about sensitive data because the AI got this data and the data stored there, and who knows what's happening with there, correct? And, you know, Microsoft and other companies say, hey, we will provide you the enterprise package that will protect your data. I think it's a little bit not correct because how they will train their AI if the AI doesn't keep the data? So this is like an issue. So I decided, okay, we're going to solve the problem also here. So when you type anything in our keyboard knows to mask sensitive data based on your decision, comparing with the other AI models that we built. And in that way, the AI engine doesn't get who is the sender and what is the real data that you try to write, but it still fixes your language. And in that way, it's actually solved the problem because when it's sent back to the keyboard in order to use it, it's actually bring back the sensitive data inside and everything, of course, encrypted. And we believe, and I believe personally, that this is the full package. You have a tool to communicate fast, improve productivity, and keep secure.
What's been the feedback so far? Like from the users, I mean. The
feedback is amazing. You know, I've been here in the lobby and spoke with several people. The easy thing I just show them. I say, look my app, look my keyboard. And when they see that, wow, it's amazing. And you know, the host that actually hosted me here and brought me to this interview, she's from Australia. And I show her how it's right immediately post in LinkedIn or in Facebook or Instagram, whatever. So fast. And we wrote the subject about what is the difference between Australian English to American English, pros and cons.
Yeah, that's an amazing story. And when I think about like applications, so is it in English only right now? Is it like, talk to me about language, like how that works in keyboards and like, because I know just based off of us meeting, I feel like you have big vision. So I'm curious.
Yeah, absolutely. So the keyboard, it's in English. And they have 3 buttons above the keyboard that actually helping you with all the AI. However, you can switch to your Spanish or to your Hebrew or to your Russian or whatever other keyboard. Type in your local language and then switch to the SAiY keyboard and use the 3 buttons in order to actually translate from your local language to any destination language.
How did I know you figured that out already?
Well,
because I already knew, because you figure out problems.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. It came also because my previous company, my other company, Liable, we are focusing on digital accessibility. So about how to make all the digital content accessible for people with special needs and elderly. And we found out my youngest son is dealing with dyslexia. And, you know, when I gave him the SAiY, the app and the keyboard, and he used it in order to invite his friends to play in the PlayStation. He back to me so happy, shining.
Wow.
He say, wow, I speak with my American friends and they understand my English. And by the way, because we are in the house speaking Hebrew, he say, you know, even my mother, my wife, she understand what I wrote her because his Hebrew is not so good. He came here when he was very young, so we tried to push him to learn to keep the language, but it's hard without training.
Of course.
So he write in Hebrew, very broken Hebrew, and the SAiY keyboard actually fixed the Hebrew.
So
also.
He's winning on both sides.
Exactly.
He's like, Mama, I've been practicing.
Exactly. And more than that, I realized that, listen, they have so many directions that you can take this app. It could be for this kind of usage and also for business. So the important points that I want to emphasize, it's improvement of communication. That's the key.
Connectivity.
I don't try to teach you English, by the way. I don't try to teach you Spanish. I just take what you try to say and do it in the right way.
Yeah, it's amazing. Well, David, I have to say it has been great having you on the show today. Thank you for making some time for us out of the conference schedule. I know there's a lot more programming you're going to get back to. I want you to look into the camera, tell everybody how they can download SAiY, how they can learn more about Eliable. Like, tell them how they can follow.
So first, thank you for having me. I appreciate that. So to download the app, it's very easy. You go to our website, www.SAiY.ai. And from there, you have a link for Apple Store or Google Play, or you can search in Apple Store or Google Play for SAiY. You download the app, free registration, enjoy it, and send us your feedback. It's very important for us to improve the product even more.
Yeah. Amazing. And for everybody that's watching, we'll put those links in the show notes so that you can just click on the links and head right on over. And speaking of the audience, if this is your first time with Mission Matters and you haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe button. This is a daily show. Each and every day, we're bringing you new founders, new entrepreneurs, new thought leaders, and new movers and shakers. Hit that subscribe button. We don't want you to miss a thing. And David, again, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you very much for you.